All right, good morning, everybody. This is the Monday weekly briefing. It is April 3rd, and we will go ahead and just get right into it. We'll take a look at the upcoming weather pattern. Could be a little bit unsettled. Today, we will have a MCV that's moving through the southeast US, and what we're seeing as far as the increased cloudiness goes is high cloud blow off from that system. And so we will stay cloudy through the day and into tonight. We could even see some light rain as that MCV moves eastward through the southeast, primarily from the southwest, and it would drift northeastward through the area. Nothing of great consequence expected with that. We could see some redevelopment early tomorrow morning, primarily over the coastal plain and then the coastal areas, depending on how much instability is available with that tomorrow morning. But largely, things should be pretty tame with that system for us here in central North Carolina. Beyond that, looks like the rest of Tuesday and Tuesday night should stay dry. We will have a warm front that lifts through on Tuesday, and so things will warm up pretty nicely. And then continue to warm through Wednesday and even into Thursday ahead of the next cold front that's approaching. That front should be west of the mountains Thursday morning, but then will quickly progress through central North Carolina Thursday night and should be south and east of central North Carolina by Friday. Beyond Friday, the weather pattern is largely going to depend on where that front settles to the south. But for the most part, we have cool high pressure building through the Ohio Valley and then off the mid-Atlantic coast, which will ridge southward into central North Carolina. So generally, we should be cooler, much cooler than the preceding days for the weekend, but we could potentially be a little bit wet, especially the farther south you go. So we'll stay tuned for that. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit better idea of that on the Thursday briefing. Taking a look at the precipitation forecast, you can see we've got some light amounts expected potentially today and tonight, with maybe some lingering along the coastal plain and coastal areas of North Carolina tomorrow morning. And then on Wednesday, it does show some light accumulation possible in the triad, but for the most part, a lot of that activity is going to stay over the mountains and maybe the foothills. So don't expect a whole lot as far as anything goes on Wednesday. The next chance for any kind of significant rain is going to be Thursday and Thursday night, and that is shown here on the graphic. And then even lingering into Friday, probably behind the front itself, we'll probably see some lingering rainfall across the southern part of the area on Friday. And a weekly total looks like anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up along the Virginia border to maybe some lucky folks getting a little over an inch along the South Carolina border. As far as excessive rainfall, we are not expecting any for central North Carolina in the next 3 days. So that is good to hear. Looking at the SPC's outlook, we are not outlooked in central North Carolina. We may be clipped in the far northwest for a day 3 marginal, but for the most part, that should stay, like I said before, over the foothills and mountain areas. And the probability is too low beyond day 3 for them to have included central North Carolina in anything. So again, we'll keep an eye out for that, but for right now, we're not expecting any severe weather at this time. Taking a look at the outlooks for 8 to 14 days, as far as temperature goes, looks like for the most part, as far as temperature and precip, will be mostly in the normal range, with the exception of maybe up near the triad and the northwest part of the state. Potential for maybe some below average temperatures, but otherwise right in that normal range, which for temperatures in Raleigh is highs of 72, lows of 48 or so, and give or take a couple few degrees, on either side of that, farther west and east you go. And then just to recap, a little bit of unsettled pattern with some light rain possible today and into tonight, drying out for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then cold front rain, potential for storms on Thursday night, and then behind that cold front, cooling down again and potentially lingering wet, especially across the south. That is our outlook for the Raleigh area there at the bottom. We are not expecting any major hazards in this period. And with that, I will stop here and open it up to any questions. Thanks y'all for attending.